And we had Procter & Gamble give out earnings this morning, I think. This is a daily. Do we just have bad volume metrics going back more than 30 days? The heck? So market kind of tumbled yesterday after I stopped trading. Had a pretty good run though. So, I don't know, seems like a blow off. Not exactly like a change of trend, but that is a pretty violent rejection, you know. Definitely looks like the start of a downtrend. RSI is like super low already. Yeah, so yesterday, yeah, up until about 10 o'clock. I think there was a manufacturing report that came out then. I can't remember. At 9. Anyway, so for today, let's take a look at the reports real quick. We got 10 minutes before equities open, so let's take a quick look at earnings. Procter & Gamble reported today. They were in line with consensus, but I feel like they had... Yeah, I was starting to read this article. Procter & Gamble posted second quarter earnings, net sales. So I think someone said that the consensus kept coming down in the days up to the release of their earnings. Outlook was raised. I mean, they're claiming they gave solid results, but yeah, their stock did fall. Actually, it's probably on FinViz. Yeah, they had a down day yesterday. Well, no, wait, is that yesterday or today? Let's look at intraday. Ah, FinViz. Got me. Yeah, a lot of downgrades. That was back in 2021. Nothing really recently. A bunch of articles came out, but yeah, I haven't read them at all. Not yet. Netflix was supposed to be, I mean, last year's report was on the 20th. I want to say they released today. I'm not sure. After hours. Wait, yeah, today. After market close, they'll report their earnings. Cool. And negative growth. Okay, it's not good. And then there was somebody else that was reporting. Yeah, Trust Financial. I think they're pretty big. PPG Industries. I mean, these are all pretty big companies. But these guys are hundreds of billions. So that's what we should really pay attention to. Netflix will report in the afternoon. I bet it'll miss. There's all these different services available now. We'll see. We'll see what they did. We are looking at no. We need January Combine. Is this the right one? Yeah. Okay. I should like rename this other one. This one goes back to the 3rd. Oh, this was a different account entirely. I'm just gonna say dash 23 and combine practice, because this one's the live combine. But we had a good, not a good day, but we had a green day yesterday. So we're going to try to repeat it today, less than 10 trades. I'm not feeling too great today. Been having these weird like chest pains. I think it's because I've been eating too much meat or something. So I'm doing a fast day today. I'm going to fast all day. I'm going to take it easy. Just drink water. So let's get our bearings here. Kind of a rounded top at 340, 350 area. 340, 350. Let's see. Oh yeah, we didn't look at the reports. Let me just check those real quick without switching screens. I don't think there's any today, but let me check. Reports, reports, reports. There are reports today. Jobless claims. They already came out at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, and they were lower than forecast. Initial claims were lower than forecast, and continuing claims were slightly higher than prior. Housing starts were up. They're up from forecast, but down from prior, slightly. Building permits also slightly, pretty much in line. 1330K, and the forecast was 1380. So yeah, slight miss. So building and housing starts, slight downward trend. I just want to see if there's a graph for housing trends here. Might as well show you guys what I'm looking at. Whoops. Okay, so what I was looking at was, let me get the, should have this bookmarked. Alright, so we got jobless claims, initial claims, housing starts, building permits, Philadelphia Fed Index, and that was negative 8.9, negative 9, with a forecast of 11. But, okay, permits, I wanted to see the trend on permits and housing starts. Yeah, down quite a bit, which is, I guess, what we want, because we're trying to curtail inflation, although we do still have, if this continues, then that's not good. I know that the U.S. has a declining birth rate, so we're going to start making less houses eventually, but what I've heard is there's still tons of demand for housing. So you'd expect, I think the price of houses has come down quite a bit too. Anyway, November, October, man, I'm like kind of out of it today. I feel kind of tired or something. Okay, so nothing's really going to kick off right at the open. Netflix is going to report after hours. I bet they'll miss. And everything else is kind of small. The small guys, they're all doing a couple banks. Yeah, a lot of banking earnings coming out here. In the AM, yeah, I still need to find a better calendar. This is okay for market cap sorting, but not too many details. I know there's some public APIs that I can leverage, so maybe I'll start doing that. Anyway, let's see if we can get a green day in. Start looking at the actual chart because we've got 2 minutes until the open. Okay, we're up to 11.4. Seems to be having a good bounce here at the 350 level. And it's bounced there before. So, my thinking is that we're going to continue this bounce. This is a pretty serious rejection, though. This is tough. So we're already starting the body of this big red daily. Had 3 pinners there. Yeah, 2 3-pinners. So maybe we should see a reversion back to mean before we see another pop. 395. We're kind of there now at 395. Wait, no, we're not. This is 635. What am I doing? So 600. What's the lowest level here? 500 something. Yeah. So I don't know if the day's gonna flip green though. Well, let's see how the day starts off, and if we get any any direction off the open. I kind of don't want to bet into the open. I'll just wait until we pop off. Okay. Since we're kind of pushing up into the open, it makes me think we're going to have a little pop off the open. Maybe a quick 50 points, and then we trail down. Some low volume nodes here. See if it's going to fill it. We got 10 seconds until the open. I'm just going to go ahead and take a long here. I'm going to go for 50 points-ish. Oh, so far it's whatever. Kind of just jumping around. Okay, looks like it's going in our direction. A little bit. Alright, alright. That's nice. Let's put the stop at break even here. Alright. Getting up there. Let's bring the stop up a little bit more. I'm just going to get up. Really, really short trade, but that was 10 points. I'm going to get long over 15s. Let's see if we can... Actually, I'm going to make that 11s. Probably a crap trade. Let's see. It's coming up to 25s. Not really... No real gusto yet. We're barely a minute into the open, though. 25s. Can it break? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there it goes. Nope. Touches. I'm just going to put stop here. I don't want to play with this. I don't want to play with this. I don't like it. Oops. I just got in long again. Just looks good because it came back up and retested 25s again. It's like testing it a lot, you know. Man, someone's really protecting 25s. I don't even have a stop out, so let me do that. Let's just be patient, see if we can hold this trade for at least a minute, you know. Because we're having decent, just really slow grinding action here. Might just get stopped right here. Yeah, we did. So kind of called it as far as the top. I was right to be hesitant there. And should have considered flipping. At least for this small run down to O's. Bottom of the Bolly bands. Is that right on O's? It was off 5s. Let's see. Yeah, that was a strong push into 25s. Should have probably considered getting in again there. Just because it came back so quickly. Let me think. I had a stop of 5 points and it came down about 15. Close to 20 actually. So I'm not sure if we're going to get up to 500s today, but it looks like we might. Let's see if we come down and get a touch of 25s before coming back up. 25s is right around the median. I don't want to buy here. And I don't want to try calling a top. 5-minute bar is looking like it's going to be pretty full-bodied. $33 there, 32. I do like buying 40s. We're kind of at the top of the Bolly bands here on the range bars. Let's try here. Yeah, so we'll get 40s with a stop under 31s. Which is actually probably a little too loose given we're at the top, we're in the top half here. It should be tighter, honestly. I'm going to say, what, down to 25s? I'm not really sure. $25s could be rammed into, and then dipped into, and I don't know if I want to hold it through all that. Okay, getting a little push back up to entry. Let's get in 2, why not? Okay, this time I'm going to have one of them as a stop at under 30s, I guess. It's a 10-point stop. Can hold the other one under 20. See if we get under 25. I'm going to put it at 22.75. This is a pretty wide stop for me, so should not be making stops this wide with an entry so high. So my rule is to have 5-point stops when I enter in the top half of the volley bands here, and I didn't do that for both of these trades, and now I got burned. So kind of breaking the rules already. Got to be really cautious today. I know the day's already red, but I don't want to exacerbate anything. 5-minute push upwards. Pretty strong off the open, and then an immediate rejection off of the 450 area. Came down to 15s, 10s. Okay, we could try a buy. Well, let's see if we get over 25s. I guess I'll buy there. Are we starting a downtrend? Let's see. I don't think so. It's a very slow open again. All these opens have been slow, which makes me think they're sideways and downward price action. So I got burned on longs last time. I have a feeling I should be playing for the short side, but we are on the bottom half of the volley bands. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can hold over 25s. Let's get 29s. We are in the top half again, so this should be a 5-point stop. Yeah, I'll keep it pretty tight. Stopped out. Let's get short, yeah? Under 25s. I know we had a pretty strong first 5-minute bar. Just looks like we're, I got burned on two longs already, so clearly the idea is wrong. And taking the short, I'm already in the money. Well, not anymore. Got in at 19s. We'll get out at 31s. Or 32s for that matter. I get 33s. I'm going to add to it here. Wow. I'm going to add to it again. See if we can get breakdown here. Now it looks like 25s are being supported. Just really choppy price action. Not too much volume, not too much direction yet. I mean, on the 5, we do have 2 5-minute bars to the upside, but otherwise, pretty slow going. Now 25 is being treated as support. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Starting to look bullish now. Okay, there we go. Let's break down under 25s though. That was a fake out? Oh my god, I think that was a fake out. Wow. I think that's 6 trades, 7 trades, something like that. Yeah, 9 trades. I don't know if this is counting it correctly, but down 123. Bad look so far. We were getting long in the upper half with too wide of a stop, and then decided to get short. Let's just take a long and have a really wide stop with 1 contract. So we're up at 40s. It was pinned on both sides. Man, 30 points? Jeez. This is buying the top in the top half. So this actually should have a pretty tight stop. Even what it just did, 10 points is too much. I'm just going to keep it to 1 and try to focus on a longer hold time. Because if we had stayed in this initial long, I mean, yeah, it did come down back to the entry, but we wouldn't have taken any heat. We really just need to focus on finding places to add rather than... So it could come down all the way to 25s. So like I said, this is going to be a kind of a Hail Mary, really wide stop long trade. Getting pins on the bottom side, so this is a hammer candle on the 5-minute. Generally bullish. Typically bullish. 25s. That was a good bounce off 25s. That was a good spot to add. Let's see, if we get under 30 again, I'll add more. With a stop under 25s. Just set it up now. Slow day, slow volume day again. High volume node up here at 63. It's going to act like a magnet. I might just add to it here. Really would like a dip, but not sure if we'll get one. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add to it here. Kind of risky, but yeah, I really wanted to average my entry down a bit. It is acting like it's hitting a ceiling. At least a little bit, but this hammer candle has me kind of bullish, at least for the next 2 or 3 candles. Had this retrace of highs, broke the highs. Wow, coming all the way down. Oh, I'm in 3 now? Oh man, okay. The loss on this one trade is already going to be like probably $60 or $80. How deep would it go here? That was a pretty good touch right off of 23. Looks like we're going to get stopped out. Could make a new low even. Yeah, this is rough. One loss, 33. Ugh, didn't have a tight stop on these. Letting these run, which is bad, but trying to play the wider stop. 5-minute bar is not closed yet. We got another 2 minutes until this bar closes. Looks like it's going to be an engulfing bearish bar too. We're going to hold this for longer. See what the 15 is looking like. It's because the 15 is about to close. Let's see what it looks like. That was down to 17. If we're going to treat 17 as a low, then this is a good entry. It looks like it wants newer lows. Lower lows. This is practicing a different strategy for me, so this is like this is pretty tough. The 15-minute bar is going to close as a pinner so far, is what it looks like. Yikes. Will it close green or red? Almost looks like it's going to close red. Wow. Yeah, I should have flipped or something. Stops weren't terribly tight, and trying to anticipate a dip, but pretty tough. So this is a great spot to dip from. Let's see if we can actually get some continuation to the upside here. Zeros, 95s. I think at 95s I got to draw a pretty hard stop. or 85s. Just keep moving my target downward. Yeah, trying to mess with the stops during trading is not a good idea. Should at least back test it for the last few days before trying to, wow. Is it down to 85s already? 87s. One trade, I'm going to lose about 200, which is crazy. It's quite a lot for micros. All right, under 80, I will get out of everything. Just take a big stinking loss. I am anticipating an 85 bounce right now, but I'm trying to basically call a bottom on this huge downtrend. Yeah. Would have been a good buy, or a good short. So I got... boom, boom, boom. Wow, that was like 4 or 5 losses in a row. Down 420. Oh my god. 429. Yeah, see, the thing I did today was I started messing with different strategies. Instead of staying with the scalping strategy, I just decided to try something really new, and that's the same thing as breaking rules. Just because I say, oh, I'm going to try a new strategy, that doesn't mean anything. It has to be pretty thought out. So I'm going to reduce the size, and I'm over 10 trades already. Yeah, I'm at 13. Why did I... Okay, this is what I think happened here. I was on my last trade, right? I was doing 10 trades or less. And this was my last trade. And I decided to make it this wide stop, kind of really big trade, right? I decided to add to it. I decided to make the stop really wide. So it was almost like this mental trick I played on myself to try and squeeze more, try to force the market basically, because I was down 120. So I was like, okay, this last trade has to be big, and that's why I made the stop wide. It's interesting how the mind will just, you know, screw with you like that. It's the ego manifested. Definitely something to journal about. I think this combine's trashed. I'm probably so close to the max drawdown. Let me see. I'll open the Top Step dashboard. Check it out. I think I should obviously stop for the day. If I do one more trade, it's got to be like this really tight scalp. And I would only keep trading if it's green. What are we at? Let's see. Max drawdowns at 48. 48.1. I'm at 48.6. I mean, still have wiggle room, but... So 89. Came up to 89 and then continued downward. I got a friend who's got all these options and he's short right now, so he's probably enjoying this. Yeah, this should have been a short, obviously. Looking back, hindsight's 2020. So what we can do now is have a tiny scalp. This is one more rule break. I'm going to try a tiny scalp and see if I wanted to do a 5-point short, or 5-point risk short here, under 65. Let's see if we have a green trade. If we do, then we'll continue trading until we have a loss. I'm actually going to add to it. And I'll have a stop, or a take profit at 51. Unless I get screwed right now. we are in this like lower half, but we're gonna have a tight stop here, so let's just go ahead and set it. Don't want to fool around. Okay, we got 10 points. Kind of want to set this other one at break even. Yeah, let me just get out of that guy. I would still say that's a profitable trade. 16 and then a $2 loss because I didn't get out. So or I didn't get out like, in the money. 50 bounces typically are strong. 350, and it's bounced off 350 before pre-market. Yeah, bounced off 50 before, and that was right into a 5-minute close. So if anyone was trying to paint the tape, that was a really good spot to try and paint it. Interesting. My buddy who trades those options thinking we had a little bounce and he's talking about ES, I think. Or no, he's talking about the spies. Okay, we're over 65. I'm going to go ahead and take a long over 65. We are kind of in the middle of the range here. Got to keep this pretty tight. I'm going to actually make this stop 62s. I think that's wide enough. Let's see if it holds over 65s here. Yeah, unfortunately we got stopped. Might be too tight. Kind of curious what happens here. Bounced off 60s. Yeah, it looks like we had it just a little too tight. If it was a 10-point stop, we'd be back in the money now. So yeah, this wasn't up at the top of the range, so it shouldn't have had a 5-point stop. Should have been a little bit looser with it, but we are in this like continued downtrend. Gotta look at some of these key levels though. I think he's looking at ES though. Let's take a look at ES. I want to see what he's talking about. ESH. Yeah, he's saying 39.13 area is important. Just kind of where we are. Let's take a look at those. I'm just going to change this one chart to the E-minis. Yeah, 39.19 is what he said. And that's kind of where we are. And he's anticipating a bounce. I mean, I am too, kind of, off the 50 level, the 350 level on the NASDAQ. Let's take a long here, and we're going to have a 15-point stop, which is kind of wide. I'm going to keep it at one contract. Should have a small bounce today though. So far we haven't. This is a one contract trade, more than 10 in the money. Roughly 10 in the money. I was going to say I could just keep it from turning into a loss. Stopped out for $2 of profit. That was a bounce of 75s. Ooh, this is a nice dip. Let's see. Got 60s with the low of, was that 55s? 56. I'll make this a 10-point stop since we're on the lower half of the range volley bars here. So 50, yeah, under 50 would be the stop. Let's just put a hard stop in there. Oops. Like that. And it's already in the money a few points. Sweet. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do with this trade is add to it and hold it for a longer trend, assuming I've caught some kind of bottom here. Another minute until this 5-minute closes, and if it closes green, let's see. Target of Yeah, I should keep my target realistic. Can't expect to retrace of the whole thing. Got our stop in 10 points away, and we've already gone in the money 10 points, and I didn't get out. So, kind of a 2-to-1 target. So the target will be 80. It's actually a really light target. $65s. 5 minutes about to close. Just did. It's green. So we just closed a 5-minute bar. Green. See? We got a mini bounce going. Let's see if we can hold for some continuation here. At least 80s would be nice. Only in one contract, unfortunately. So maybe I can practice getting into a pullback here. If we're going to pull back, yeah, let's put the stop at break even at least. Alright, up at 85s. It would take a good chunk out of the day to get out here. 85 is a good bounce spot for sure. Let's go ahead and get out and then look for a dip, and then we'll reload. 80s, okay, guess we're getting back in early. In from 88s. And we'll use that as a low, or we'll use that as a stop, so 88s to 77s, roughly 10 points. And if we get under 85s, I'll add to it. Okay. And if we get under 80s, that's not good. I'll stop out if we get under 80s. So far it looks like we're going to get stopped. So close to these stops. Might as well add here. Alright, we're in 3 contracts right at the entry. Anticipating that dip being the low. We'll see. Target of O's at least. Would be nice to get back into this upper half of the Bolly bands on the 5-minute. So 410, 415. Resistance, I don't know. Yeah, about 95s would be resistance. I'm gonna get a 1 at 95s then, just to lock in a little bit of a wiener. Okay, so there's 1. Still got 2 left. I'm gonna put their stops at the break-even spot. 95s. We're still at 95s. Okay, let's see if we can get through O's. That'd be really cool. 99s. Cool. Wow. Really nice. Pretty explosive. I'm going to get out of 1 up here. It'll let me. There we go. And then the other one, I'll just leave on. I don't know where to put the stop for it though. Could just hold it for the rest of the day. Hey, hey. No, I'll have a target of like 40s at least or something. Or a trailing stop of, I don't know. I don't know what would be a good trailing stop here. Let's just try to capture more, maybe add to it even. Could just make it separate trades. I could have just gotten out of it and then always reload down here, you know. I'll take the trade off at 39 or 99s if we get down there. Alright, so I'm out of that third one. Kind of holding over zeros now. I'll add to this again. Get out of both at 99s if we get down there. We did kind of get down there though. Yeah, I'm being a little too eager here. Just need to wait for confirmation. No confirmation yet. I made back a little bit there, but still down quite a bit on the day. I would say since the trend has been going in the upward direction slightly, we can continue. We just got to be really careful. Let's get in one at 5s. I'm being pretty eager again. This 5-minute bar has 5 seconds to close, and it looks like it's going to have a big pin. Ugh. So that was an upper half entry, so that should have been a tight stop. I didn't even put a stop in. Let's see what happens at 85s. If we break through 85s, I'll get out. Or, I should say 80s. Once again, I'm giving it a lot of wiggle room. And that's not good. Let's get into some more here if we can. There's a good dip there. Good dipperino. Put these at least a point away from each other. Wow. Pretty much giving it all back if we get stopped out here. See, look at this. My stop is right at the bottom of the range. Like, it's not good. Bad trading practice. This should have been a really tight stop. So, yeah. Had a dip there to what, 78s? I mean, this is a good spot to be looking for entries with the stop under the Bolly bands here. And I got in the top half and have been holding it through this whole range, which is like the exact opposite of what I should be doing. So here we got what, 70s, 85s, 81s. I think I want to add to it here. Yeah, let's go ahead and add. Looks okay. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm thinking that was a low. That's basically the bet we have right now, is that 77 was the low. And then we're going to continue upward to new highs. So that is the bet. And so far it looks completely wrong. I'm going to add one more here, like a crazy person. If it'll get me in. Okay, guess I'm not getting in for another contract. Let's see. Put it at 80. I don't know. Just keep it at 83s. Cool, we're back up to 97s. Got out of one there. See if we can go for new highs. Two contracts on. Really would like 25s or just new highs. Could make my stops break even at this point, which I think I will. Just cancel this guy. Watch it come right down to 85s. So that was a bounce to where? 03s. A dip to 85 is what it looks like we're getting. Just gotta chill out and wait. Slow price action today. I used to be good at this price action, and then I was trading the opens so much that I just got used to way faster price action. This will probably be my last trade if we get down here. Like I'm done after this trade, you know. Just get out of one up here. Just because I'm being a little bit of a chicken. Okay, actually looks good. I'm gonna get into. Once again, 80s was the low. Kind of entering at the mid-range. It got rejected, so Hard to tell. 5 minutes going to close here in 30 seconds, so if we're going to ramp up like we did last time, this is the time to do it. Let's see the push. You got 20 seconds to push. What are you going to do? Looks like you're going to do nothing. 15 seconds. Come on. Get it up there. 10 seconds. So this 5 minute bar is going to close green, and that's a bad look. Okay, it closed, or I said it was going to close green. It closed red. Okay, we just closed the bar. Let's see. I'm just going to get out of 2 here if we come down here. So far green, 97s. Oh, that was a good spot. Okay, we're in 1 now, so we're kind of safe. Probably should just be holding though. Watch this go up like 50 points now. Yeah, what's happening is my average entry is getting pushed upwards as I'm adjusting my position so much. So this is just a time I really should be doing nothing. I can't seem to help myself. Okay, came down a bit there, so I added 1 more. And let me get rid of these. We'll just have my stops under 85 now. It is kind of still in that Bali range though. Let's do it like that. Yeah, see? All I had to do was be patient, and instead, I was impatient. Let me get out of 1 here at 06. It's a good trade. 36 profit. I did have 4 contracts though, so. So we're in 1 contract now. Just gonna hold this one for a while. I will cancel this stop. Oh, I gotta go to the dentist. No. Oh, man. Okay. Looks like we might be bouncing off O's. Kind of want to try a Hail Mary here. Let's do it. Let's go for the Hail Mary. We got to 5s. Maybe we should add more. Yeah, let's add more. We're in 3. Let's have a target of 25s at least. I mean, we're doing a cup and handle here. Kind of a booby set of boobs. That was another dip. Should we get in more? This dip of O's. Ooh. 95s is really the spot to watch. What was that up to? 10s? Was it on volume? Not really. Volume's dead. Where's these? Oh, they're up from higher. Crap. Forgot about how high I got into these. Let's get out of both at 92. I'm not going to hold for wide stops anymore. Not my style. Alright, got burned there again, so roughly where we started. 344 down, so definitely a good opportunity to journal a lot. Kind of a bounce off 90s here, 95 area. Man, got out early. Let me try holding over these 95s. This is a Hail Mary trade for sure. I'm going to keep it really tight. Just think I might have gotten out just a bit too early, so let's see. And let's get at least 10s. I'll get out of 10s for 1. Just no volume is the thing. It's kind of picking up, so not really. Really just kind of screwing around. 45 seconds until this next 5-minute bar closes. Looks bullish though. I'm gonna get out of 1 here. for like 5 points. Break even stop for 2 of them. Yeah. If we get back over 5, I'll get back in. See, look at this. I'm taking like big trade risks now. Big old risks. We're in 1. Stop should be at 95, so yeah, just under O's. Now we're short, because why not? Kind of showing a bounce at 95 again. Well, we're trading now. Bad trading day. Over O's. See if we can get over 5s. That's kind of the magic number. 05s and 95s. So, yeah, 95 was the low. Yeah, bottom of the range too. So, I'll see if we dip back into under 95 territory, and then I'll add. But I'll have stops under 90. If anything, this is a good spot for a bounce. 85s, but man, it's just so chopped right now. I'm just getting chopped up. Have broken quite a few rules today. I'm continuing to trade when I probably shouldn't be. Let's just have these stops. I'm in 3. Yeah, I've been scaling. I've been using higher contract sizes despite losing. Yeah. This is the last place I'm going to try a trade. I'm going to get in deep, and I'm going to hold it over like 83s. Just to end the day on a really bearish note. Great. So that was another stop out. Terrible day. Cumulatively, after fees, worst position ever of the day. Way overtraded. Totally broke rules today. Absolute garbage trading. Yeah. I tend to lie to myself when I'm like here. Getting into a long, setting the stop really wide. Then I started playing with tighter stops, and then did the same thing again here. Was reluctant to say I was wrong, and didn't have a 5-point stop, and instead held for 30 points or something. So there's this silly ego play that I'm constantly doing. I know the market doesn't care about my ego, so 65s is another great spot to buy. That was no real volume though. Yeah. I've been wrong quite a bit today. Alright, I'm going to journal about this because I need to. Still have room, but man, terrible day for micros. And you know what I told myself yesterday is that I wasn't going to push myself today, that I was going to be disciplined like I was yesterday and be really light, and I did the exact opposite. Got really excited, tried to push it, and paid the price. So obviously tomorrow, reduce the aggression once again, focus on 1 or 2 trades, you know, maybe under 5 instead of under 10. And let me just, I'm trying to get a screenshot of this, but getting a screenshot. But yeah, pretty undisciplined trading today. Pretty disappointed in myself. The P&L doesn't lie, and I think the worst thing to do is to normalize losses, which I don't want to do. So I really gotta punish myself for today. And as my punishment, I'm going to reduce my trade count to under 5. Oh shit, is it Friday? It's Thursday. Okay, so tomorrow less than 5 trades. So I can have some redeeming trade time where I can show some discipline. So yeah, it's pretty sad on the discipline front. I'm sure people watching are like, oh my god, what a degenerate. We're going to upload the trades for today. And man, so in the last 5 days, 4 have been red, and they've been pretty big. At least 2 of them have been pretty huge. That was negative 230. Today's negative 397. Is it 397? Hold on, let me check the... Just want to make sure it's right. Oh, the gross is 397. Yeah, the net is 452. So this is gross. It is a pretty gross day. Yeah, 452 net. Man, what a bummer. But I decided to take these risks, and I'm paying the price. So that's what I get. It is what I get. I'm gonna have the sidecar here soon. So yeah, tomorrow less than 5 trades. Probably all of next week less than 5 trades too. I mean, it'll be slow, but at least I won't hit my max drawdown, and I can focus on higher time frame setups, or maybe just focus on the scalping off the open and only do a couple of them. I'll have to decide on that. Let me just write a summary of what happened today. Came in feeling weird from strange sleep. Had told myself yesterday that I would continue being less aggressive today and just try to repeat yesterday. Yesterday, but got too excited, and on my 10th trade, broke rules. I got too excited. I'm just going to start a new sentence here. On my 10th trade, I broke rules and set a very wide stop. It seems I convinced myself to do this because I didn't want to accept the 123, I think it was around there, 122 loss for the day. As a result, this trade, drew down the day even more. I mean, it compounded. This trade compounded. Let's say doubled, right? It at least doubled the loss. As a result, this trade doubled the loss. Lesson of the day is to accept losses both on trades and on the day. I noticed I was deviating from the system by not having tight stops when entering a chase trade. And to me, a chase trade is like a buy in the upper half. Should probably break those into quarters even. By not having tight stops when entering a chase trade, which only reinforced. I noticed I was deviating from the system but not having tight stops when entering a chase trade, which only reinforced bad behavior. The bad behavior of not hitting stops. Those were areas where I should have gotten short, and they are high risk areas. That's why they're supposed to be so tight, and I did not do that. So as a result of today's trading, I'm restricting myself to 5 trades or less tomorrow and all of next week. This combine's probably ruined. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Well, I shouldn't think like that. I'm going to do my best tomorrow and do my best to put this day behind me. I will focus today on getting the sidecar finished because I would really like to review these trades. I have it right here, and it just shows up on the screen so you can review the trades while you're looking at the screenshot, which would be nice. Let me get some more screenshots, by the way. Let me just get this. Abysmal day. It's hard to journal these days, but it's really important to because it helps you rationalize why you're losing, what's causing your losses, and it helps you improve. So ultimately, the best thing to do is to not see this day. I mean, it is bad, but thank God it's a combine. Max drawdown is 472 on the day. So, oh, that's like for all the losses combined. Jeez. Wow. Longest duration trade was what? 3 minutes and 41 seconds. That's pretty good, but I'm sure it was a loser. Yeah. Longest losing trade was my longest trade. Longest winning trade was also over 3 minutes. That's pretty good. Trade time's going up, but number of trades is too high. And yeah, clearly, I didn't have. This is my stop, personal stop for like minis, but on micros this is way too much. So aside from a 5 trade limit, if I have a 5 trade limit with a 5 or a 10 point stop on each, 10 to 15 points, so maximum that can be is what? 60, 75 points. 75 points with one contract would be what? It's like 140, 150, something like that. So the maximum I should be losing if I stick to a 10 to 15 point stop on 5 trades or less is $150 on the day. So that should be like 200 or 175 should be my absolute done for the day stop going forward. So 5 trades or negative, I'm just going to make it 175. Okay, notes saved. Now, I can't wait till I get that sidecar set up. Should have it done by the end of today. This was the 9th trade here, I believe. This was a short, no, this was a long at 39.40, and I added to it at 28. Wow. Did I add again? Wow, that was a 4 contract trade. That's crazy. Lied to myself. I would say broke the rules because I didn't want to accept a down day here. Widened stop. Made a Hail Mary trade. Is it Hail Mary or Hail Mary? Yeah. Hail Mary trade. He paid the price. So I've had this happen before. Man, it's definitely like a muscle. It's just something you have to keep training, keep paying attention to. So even added to this trade. I'm curious what the charts look like now. Are we still up? No, we're still sideways. Sideways day. Even added to this trade, which only doubled or even tripled the loss on the day. And then even after that trade, I didn't stop. I continued trying to make it back, and I did for a little bit, and then got out of the zone again. Look how many longs I did today. It's mostly longs. It's mostly longs, and I lost a ton of money. And the market was mostly sideways. Did make some money on my longs. Yeah, I was trying to long all this way down. I used to have this rule where after 2 losses in one direction, I would automatically try to flip directions. And that rule was like hit or miss, so I stopped using it. But everything's hit or miss. I should definitely try incorporating that again. Trying to force longs this whole morning. Interesting. that was my plan for the day, but I was clearly wrong. It's a sideways day so far. We might get a resolution to the upside later, but for now, this was pretty abysmal. 46 trades. This is crazy. That's a crazy amount of trades. Grasping at straws at this point. So once again, I need more research and correlation between different indicators, different analysis, so that my trades are naturally reduced in quantity. So 5 trades or less tomorrow, at least 50 minutes of trading, at least 30 minutes of trading, at least 30 minutes screen time regardless. Okay. So let me share this day. I'll put it in the description. And yeah, I'll be here tomorrow so you guys can watch me lose money again. But tomorrow is going to be a boring trading day. We're going to have 5 or less trades, and we're going to try and develop more correlation in our strategy so that we naturally get into less trades as a result. That is the plan for tomorrow and next week. The combine resets on the 10th, or I guess I'm rebuild on the 10th. So ideally, I hit the combine goals before the 10th. So far, that does not look like that's going to be the case. I think we're down. I need to change the account view to show me the net down as well, because this is gross and we're down over 1,000 now. So with how many trading days are left? There are, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 16 days left to trade. That means I have to average like $200 a day just to get into the green on the account. To hit the combine target, I have to be making something like 400 or 500 a day for every trading day remaining in the combine, which is possible with minis, but with micros it's pretty tough. So I think what I'm going to do is, for the next week, I'm going to build my self-confidence with 5 trades or less and strict discipline. And if that week is good and green, or at least most of it is green, then the following weeks I will slowly get slightly more aggressive and switch to minis, probably in the last week, to see if I can hit the combine goals before the reset on the 10th. So this is going to be the most aggressive week, and ideally that lines up with some great volatility, but we'll see. Not really sure. Definitely need to make more levels on the charts and see how they react and watch them longer, like higher time frame charts. The charts that I use are extremely low time frame. I mean, 5 minutes fine, you know. That's interesting. It's completely blacked out my screen. Okay, there we go. But yeah, this 25 range chart is good for scalping, but I don't really have anything past, like, you know, even on the daily, I don't really have that much data. So the levels that I can make are from the daily and the hourly downward, stuff like that, for the past maybe month or two, which should be fine, honestly. But yeah, it's weird how I'm starting to lean towards I want more information when, I mean, that's good to have more information to have a more educated decision, but I'm really just kind of struggling with basic risk manager right now. So next week and tomorrow, focus on basically exclusively risk discipline, risk management. Like I explained in the note on today's day, it will be 5 trades or less and 175 down as the max stop loss for the day, and at least 30 minutes of screen time regardless of the day, just to build some screen time. And I've been contemplating removing the level 2 from the screen, although it's good to build discipline to not trade it and watch it. And intuitively you do get a sense for it eventually. It is kind of a muscle again that you have to train. So I think that's it for today. I'm going to post these results on my description of the story, or description of the video, I should say. Tomorrow is going to be boring, 5 trades or less, but we're building discipline, trying to make money. That's the only way it's done. Can't be done by writing this stuff and then not following the things I'm writing. It has to be a rational process. So today was an irrational day, spiraled into irrationality. And for me, historically, if I break one rule, I tend to break more, and that's exactly what happened today. So going forward, I just have to be extremely, extremely strict with myself and leave it at that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, just before the market open, probably 8:15 Central Time. We'll trade the open again, and we'll keep it to 5 trades or less. Scalps probably, because I'm not that comfortable with higher time frames yet. So I will see you tomorrow. Good luck trading. Hopefully you had a better day than me. And let's get back at it tomorrow and keep journaling and keep logging and improve continually, forever and ever and ever and ever. All right, guys. I will see you later. Oh, I meant to be showing this screen the whole time. My bad. So I will see you guys tomorrow.